Spongebob Tower Defense is a brand new TD game that came out on Roblox pretty recently. I don't remember the exact time date, all I know is that the game is relatively new, and this game is pretty well made all things considered. Now, at the time that I'm recording this, they have about 10,000 players, 10.4k players, which, believe it or not, is more than Anime Vanguards, more than Anime Reborn, more than Anime Last Stand. Spongebob TD is unironically beating their ass in player count, and it is surprising to say the least. I never thought that a SpongeBob-inspired tower defense game would ever come into fruition on the platform to begin with, but the fact that they're beating out basically all of their competition, although I wouldn't really label anime tower defense games as quote-unquote competition, the SpongeBob tower defense is more of its own thing because there really isn't anything like it, besides like maybe meme tower defenses, if that's what you want to categorize it as. What I'm trying to say is, in terms of tower defense games on Roblox, this is beating out a lot of older, well-established tower defense games, and it absolutely surprised me. So, a lot of people were telling me to try out this game, and that's exactly what I did. I got to level 40-something, I went through and I beat all of story mode, I got most of the legendaries, all of the epics, all the commons. I did not get all the mythics, because holy shit, I am not sitting there and grinding all of that out, but all in all, I've technically beat the game. I've done the entirety of story mode, which is all that the game has to offer right now. I do believe that they're going to do an update with raids, trading, yada yada, but I am officially STD certified. Actually, let's just stick with using the term SpongeBob Tower Defense. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be talking about everything I loved about the game, which were a good amount of things. As a SpongeBob fan myself, I grew up watching the show. I really appreciate this as a game. As a concept, I absolutely love it. I enjoyed playing through story mode. I enjoy the quality of life changes that it has. Believe it or not, these dudes low-key locked in, took a page out of Anime Vanguard's book, did some things very right, and I absolutely appreciate that. We're going to be going over both the good and the bad, so let's get started. Starting it off with the good, it's the lobby. I absolutely adore this lobby because it makes you feel like you're right inside of Bikini Bottom. You walk in, you spawn at SpongeBob's house, you walk down the street, you have your usual things, the summoning area, the fusions, traits. You can summon for some units over here. As you can see, the mythics. If you watch SpongeBob, you'll definitely recognize some of those. Walk out, you have raids, which are coming soon, the Flying Dutchman, and then you have these buses. The little Bikini Bottom buses are where you're going to access all of your story mode missions. There are 10 missions per story mode, or like per story mode map. Something else that I really liked is that when you're halfway through beating a story mode map, after you beat stage 5 and you get into 6, 7, 8, and 9, it changes up the layout of the map. The map itself still stays the same, but the pathway that the enemies walk through changes. And I've never seen any other TD game do that, and I know it's not really a revolutionary change, but I really appreciate it. I like the fact that there's just that little more variety inside of each story mode map. You technically have 2 maps in one, because although the general background of it stays the same, the enemy path, depending on what type of units you have, will either be beneficial or detrimental when you're trying to go ahead and complete it, and I like that. I really appreciated that little change. It would have been very easy to just copy and paste the exact same pathway for all 10 levels, but they chose to do a little extra, and I can appreciate that. This game has some very solid quality of life additions right out of the gate, and they have to be mentioned in the good. Number 1, Unit Manager. I love this. I don't think Anime Vanguard's created Unit Manager, but they were definitely the ones to popularize it, because after they added it, you saw every other new TD game coming out have a unit manager. Anime Adventures, y'all need to lock in and add that unit manager, but I'm getting off topic. The fact that SpongeBob TD has a unit manager, I am absolutely happy with. Now, I know that there's always going to be some people complaining, oh, they copied Anime Vanguards, how dare they? I hate this game. Well, I'm not really of that notion, not really of that mindset. To me, if there is a good quality of life feature that another game did, and another game has it in theirs, that is perfectly fine by me. I'm happy. I am extremely happy with this. And Unit Manager is a welcome addition for SpongeBob TD. Makes playing the game that much more convenient. It makes the gameplay a little bit more fluid, and I enjoyed that. Now, the unit stage info, you can press C to check the stage info of any given map that you're in. And that one I don't find myself using it as much, just because since the game did just come out, it's kind of simplistic as it stands. There's no special enemies besides the speedy anchovies, I guess, enemies that walk a little bit faster. Besides that, there are no special enemies, there are no special modifiers, so checking stage info really doesn't do much for you unless you want to look at the rewards that you're getting, but you kind of already saw that before you clicked on the stage to start it up anyway, so it's kind of like, Still, It's not a bad feature to have, and I'd rather have it there than it not be there, so we're obviously going to include it in the good. The models for this game are also really well made. All of them are very, very true to the source material, Spongebob. I can immediately look at any of them and point out exactly what character it is. Besides the purple guy that I'm using right now, the epic guy, I forgot what episode he was from, but they have Doodle Bob, the talking fish head that's the news reporter, Plankton, Mr. Krabs, Spongebob, Patrick, Squidward. They have the whole main cast. They have a bunch of extra characters too. Another thing that they add to spice up the gameplay formula is the addition of Wumbo units. Wumbo units are basically just shinies, but they're actually beneficial. There are no cosmetics in this game, so I don't know what getting a shiny unit really benefits you with, but Wumbo units make you have a little stat buff across the board. You get a little bit more range, a little bit more damage, a little bit faster SPA. So I like Wumbo units. It's a cool little thing to get, and if you're an endgame player and you're just hoarding a bunch of gems, you'll actually have a reason to use them because Wumbo units are pretty rare. So you definitely have a little endgame incentive to grind towards if you've already beat all of story mode like me. The last thing that I really love about this game are the sheer amount of references to the show itself, which I know it's kind of like going into a pool and being happy that there's water there. It's a little obvious, I know, but those little things really do stand out to me, and I enjoyed looking at them and noticing them as I was going through my playthrough. Stuff like in the Krusty Krab map, you have the moldy patty that Mr. Krabs got sick eating in the corner. On the Jellyfish Fields map, you have all of the Spongebob statues that the jellyfish would use to make music in that one episode. Little additions like that help you feel just a little bit more immersed in the world of SpongeBob, and I absolutely love that. Now, I believe that's going to wrap up all of the good. And honestly, there's not much bad besides one very obvious thing, so we're going to talk about that. I guess the last thing for the good, I like the fact that you get 2x speed for free if you join the group, or you could just pay for 3x speed. That's what I did because I'm lazy. But yeah, unfortunately, there are some not good things about the game, so let's move into the bad. I want you to take a good look at the sheer amount of things that you can pay for in this game. VIP, Ultra VIP, Trait Hunter, Ultra Trait Hunter, Wumbo Hunter, Ultra Wumbo Hunter, Shiny Hunter, Ultra Shiny Hunter, an unlimited pack like it's Pet Sim. Oh my god. Double your luck. 100 rerolls cost damn near 12k Robux in this game. Oh my goodness. This is just absolutely crazy. SpongeBob Tower Defense feels like if ALS and Pet Sim had a baby, but only the worst possible traits from both parents came out of that baby. The horrendous unlimited pack and infinitely being able to double your luck as long as you pay more Robux type of game passes are just... Calling them pay to win is an insult to pay to win games. That is just insane. And did they really have to make 2 versions of every single game pass, one significantly better than the other? No. But why did they do it? Because they wanted more money. So as much as I love this game, as much as I love the SpongeBob IP, as much of a SpongeBob fan that I am, I can't make this video without being honest. This game is a cash grab. This game is a very blatant cash grab. And I don't know if I've said it on the channel before, I've always believed that most tower defense games on Roblox are cash grabs. If the word anime is in front of a tower defense game, I am almost 100% sure that it's going to be a cash grab. That includes Anime Adventures, that includes Anime Vanguards, that includes ALS, that includes Anime Reborn. As much as I may love these games, my 2 favorite being AV and AA, all of these games were made with profit in mind, and so was this game, unfortunately. The only game that I can say that isn't a cash grab and is a tower defense on Roblox is probably Tower Defense Simulator and Tower Defense Simulator X. I believe from, community consensus, those are the 2 games that are the closest thing that you can get to like a real traditional tower defense on Roblox, because those are more so about strategy and grinding out the game to get units. But yeah, I'm getting off topic. What I'm trying to say is this game is a very evident cash grab, and that is its biggest flaw. It really does pain me to say it, but if you want to progress faster in this game, if you want to significantly make it easier for you to get things within the game, as long as you have money, you will have absolutely no issues, which is unfortunate. It's an unfortunate reality, but it is what it is. That is basically all of the bad. Like, for me, all of the bad in this game is just the horrendous monetization practices. I absolutely love everything else, but that big, huge blemish of greed on the game drags it down for me a fair bit. Now that we're done with the negative, before we end the video off, here are some things that I would change in the game. Number 1, when you place a unit, and you hover over it, it kind of like zooms in and out your entire screen. That's a little bit annoying. I wish there was some sort of way to disable that, because whenever you click on a unit, like let's say I click the number 1 to place one of my units, it'll do a little zoom in and out effect. Also, the ranges for units whenever you place them, the little blue circle, I feel like it's not very accurate, because I've had multiple instances where there are enemies who are walking inside of the circle. They're very clearly inside of the circle, but it's more towards the corners of the circle. The unit just outright doesn't catch it. It happened with me when I was using Pearl a lot. I had a lot of range on her, but I would notice that near the ends of her attack range, she would just completely ignore units. So I'm assuming that the little circle AoE, or like the circle indicator of a unit's range, is just a little bit inaccurate to what the actual one is. Besides that, I don't think there's anything that I would necessarily change. That is going to bring us into the end of this review. I've gone over what I like and what I dislike. At the end of the day, would I recommend this to you? If you like tower defense games and you like Spongebob, by all means, you're going to love this game. If you like anime tower defense games, this game might be up your alley. It might not. At the end of the day, it is a tower defense game with the Spongebob IP. It's exactly what it says on the box. I personally had fun on the game. It was a fun little time sink. Will I make more videos on it in the future? Probably not. I know that they're updating tomorrow, but even then, it's not a game that I'm extremely invested in. But for what it is a unique concept. Never seen a Spongebob TD on Roblox before, so it was definitely cool. And with all that being said, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching. Someone asked for a picture of my dog, so I'll just include it here in the end. Here you go. This is him. A lot of the YouTube money goes to him because dogs are expensive. Vet bills and maintenance, especially if you have a higher maintenance dog like this one. Yeah, he is definitely a lot. He's a handful. He's a handful for sure. His name is Max. His name is Max. I think that's it from me. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more content, and we will catch you in the next one.